Well, hello there, Dirt Devil fans. I've got this recently donated Featherlite Bagless, and we're going to do round 2 for a whole house carpet cleaning with extensive measured results. So I've prepared this machine in the normal way that I do, blowing out everything that you possibly can. Now with my new 24-volt brushless cobalt system. Okay. I'm going to call it at 653.5 grams. And now everything in here, and including the machine, has an extremely light coating of normal house dust, so to speak. Something that can't be blown out even with a 100-mile-an-hour wind. So it's going to be a little more practical of a test, because the first time I ran it, everything had been completely washed, and there wasn't really any dirt anywhere. Okay, and the F1 filter itself is going to be 73.63 grams. So now I'm going to go and clean 1,000 square feet. If you want to see what that video looks like, you can take a look at the playlist, because there's no real need for me to go and record this again, because it would look exactly the same. And we will come back and take a whole bunch of additional measurements, realizing that I am not using any type of premotor filter at all. So we figured out in the previous video that it wasn't necessary, so we will be using the full 100 plus CFM in addition to the little foam insert that I'm forced to put in here to raise the nozzle height up a little bit, because if I don't do that, literally this thing just suctions right down to my medium pile flow through carpet. I mean, it just sucks right down to it, and you can't even push it at all. So there's no choice. Just finished 1,000 square feet, and we have significant pickup. Now, if you look closely in there, oh, it's a lot of fibrous material. It's a boatload of fibrous material. See that lighter brown stuff in there? It's real short. That's going to be my boxer dog Rosie's hair. And see a lot of that, well, lighter kind of like gray material? That's going to be carpet. So just be aware that this machine is definitely a known shredder, despite me raising the nozzle height. So some of what we're going to get here is going to be stuff we don't want. It's going to be a lot of carpet fibers that I would prefer be left into the carpet. Okay, so we have a much improved pickup, to be sure. Let's see, we're at 664.3 minus 653.5 grams, and we've gotten almost 11 grams, so at 10.8 grams. But of course, that's with the cautionary tale. We know that's definitely a carpet shredder. You can go ahead and look at my initial videos of this particular machine, and you see the handfuls of carpet. It literally just rips right out. So 10.8, and now I've got to try to weigh the filter. So I will do my best to separate all the large debris just the big stuff, the stuff that normally would come out. when the average person would tap this. All right. Okay, let's see what we have for a filter weight. 74.4. And if I take that and subtract 73.63, after just some gentle tapping, the filter has gained a little more than 3/4 of a gram. So that's not really going to impede the airflow a whole lot. I'm sure it'll impede it a little bit, but when you have around 100 or so, if you lose a few CFM, it's not really going to change much. So not a big deal there. So this is probably as normally as clean as most people would want to mess with this. Obviously you can go and blow that, say, 3/4 of a gram of dust out. See, look, there's some little bit right in there. You can do that if you want. It's not going to make a whole lot of difference. So how about we take a look specifically at what I can get out of the bin. Oh, and I can see dog treat. So our dog Rosie's been busy on our carpet, and there's some obvious tiny little amounts of dog treat right here. Yeah, you can see all that. Look at a huge amount of fibrous material. I mean, that is massive. That's huge. Okay, we got some dog treat there. I'm going to move that off to the side just for the heck of it. Maybe we'll weigh that separately. How about that? So it's going to take me a minute. Let's see. So here's some stuff right here. I want to see what this extraneous stuff weighs. So much fiber. You know, this is really, there's so much fiber mixed in with this finer dust. It's really just about impossible to separate it. So I'll try my best, but you can see it's just kind of clumpy. There's not a whole lot of fine dirt in here. That's going to be too difficult to actually separate. So just for the heck of it, let's see what we got. We'll break this dirt down into types. Okay, so if I try to figure out dog treats and just extraneous stuff that isn't normally in my carpet, like that. There. Doop. We'll call that oddball foreign material. Okay, so 0.11 grams, not really all that much. Let's go and take a look at this big ball of stuff right here, and let's see what this weighs. Yeah, look at that. Over 7.5 grams of fibrous material. That's, you know, honestly, that's too much. That might be a record. I'd have to really go back and take a look at all my bagless systems, but that is just an insane amount of fiber. And this, you know, it's like 50-50 mix. So I can't really call this pure fine dust because it's not. But let's put it in there anyway. A little bit more. So the total extracted pickup is almost 10 grams. That's really incredible for a bagless system. But the CFM from the nozzle is completely insane. Way back in May of 2019, one Thomas Rechtenwald brought over a Ball Animal 2 head that we hooked up to this Dyson DC65 and did a whole house carpet cleaning with Wade results. And here are the results, keeping in mind that Ball Animal 2 head made a huge difference to a standard DC65 head. The Ball Animal 2 Dyson did 10.9 gram pickup, again, mostly fibrous material, and the Dirt Devil did 10.8 gram total bin pickup, essentially the same thing. The Dyson with the Ball Animal 2 head did an extracted dirt pickup, that is, what was weighed on my super sensitive scale, 9.77 grams versus the Featherlite's 9.76 grams. Essentially, these two machines did the same. Amazing. So, very inexpensive brute force airflow technology, very expensive technology with massively increased agitation with the Ball Animal 2 head, and you have some top-of-the-line bagless systems. One is obviously very different than the other one, but they're still bagless systems. That simply just blows me away. Here's my little phone piece. Ready to go for another cleaning. Ooh, got some new tools. So you all are familiar with my standard bearing puller. It's a real cheapie I got on eBay. I think it was like $7. Got it a while back. And it can only deal with shafts about, like, say, yay long. Well, I got King Kong in there. Yeah, a little bit of a difference. So if I have any kind of unbelievably long shaft with a bearing really far down on there, this should definitely be able to get at that now. And I think I paid, say, $7 for this, and I'll say $12 for that.